Hello and welcome to another I Explores. Okay, today we're going to start the second part of the Lost Pubs of Grimsby. So I'm going to start today on Victoria Street. Now there were 10 pubs down there. Obviously they're not there, but I will tell you about them as we get to Victoria Street. So let's carry on. Okay, so we're coming up to the site where Hewitt's Brewery was. You can see the Duke of Wellington's there, that's the original name, on Queen Street. And I'll turn the camera around in a minute and I'll show you where the brewery was. But where that car park is down there was part of it as well. Just saying, there's some of the wall left, as you can see there. So let's go and have a look further. So that's part of the Hewitt's Brewery as well, but all round here was. I remember a pipeline going across the road from there over to here. But yeah, that's all gone now. So let's carry on to Victoria Street. Okay, so we're coming down to Victoria Street now. So the first one I'm going to mention is the Bingham Hotel on Victoria Street. The only date I've got for that is 1856. So I'm assuming that's when it opened or when it was built. The other one I've got is the Black Swan, which is, I'll show you where that is. But we can go and look at that another time. But that is straight down there in front of me, straight into town, the Black Swan. And also the Bluebell Inn, well, on the same street. That's just 3. Now, the Black Swan was built in 1699. And it was knocked down in the 1960s. Okay, and the Bluebell opened in 1838, and it closed its doors in 1923. So you can see there's a lot of pubs just in this area. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now we're coming up to the Open Anchor. I'll tell you about the other ones. There was the Fountain Inn, obviously on the same street, Victoria Street. It lasted from 1851 to 1962. Another one, the Golden Fleece, 1848, and it closed its doors in 1935, I think. That's the only date I could find on that one. And the Greyhound Inn, also on Victoria Street. It started in 1826 and last seen in 1913. So where all these buildings are gone, I don't know. So let's carry on. Okay, so here's the Open Anchor. Now, people say this is one of the oldest pubs in Grimsby, but I will try and find that out. I thought it was the White Hart, which we'll look at on another video, but somebody told me it was that one. So let's carry on. The few other ones down this stretch, or should I say down that way, was the Pelham Arms, the Queen's Head Hotel, and the Rose and Crown. Now, the Pelham opened in 1882, and it was last seen in the 1930s, so that's all the date I've got on that one. The Queen's Head Hotel was opened in 1826 and demolished in 1950. The Rose and Crown opened in 1826, and last year of known was in a census in 1935. So across the road there was the Oberon. Now I will put the dates and that over that when I get back and when I'm doing the editing, but yeah, that pub's still there. I don't know what them letters mean, I can go below. But anyway, yeah, that's the Oberon, so let's carry on. Okay, so we're at the top end of Freeman Street now, and we're coming up to a cottage bar. Now that's been there a long time, an old fisherman's haunt. We used to bring the trawlers in and land the fish, the one-day millionaires used to call them. Well, these are all buildings at this end, and I'm going to go across the road and pointing the camera over the other side. There's old buildings on this side as well, all these. You can see the bay windows up there, obviously the one on the corner as well, but these are still here, old Victorian buildings. Now, I've got pictures of these which I can't put on for copyright reasons, but they're all old buildings. And obviously there's the ice factory in front, which I've done a video on before. So let's carry on, as this is about pubs. Okay, so this is the White Bear, but I do know this is not the original place of where it was. I will find that out. But yeah, this is the White Bear. It's now closed. Obviously that's the first one, but the other one's been demolished. So it's a shame, really. Just walk a bit further. The next one we're coming up to is the Corporation. Now that has got a listed lounge in there. I will find out what grade it is, and obviously all dates will be put on, because I haven't had a lot of time to research with work constraints. And it's very early this morning on a Monday. No one around much. There's another pub, the Freeman's Arms, obviously still standing, old as well. I'll find out the dates for that one. Okay, so now we're coming up to the Angel. Obviously that's in its original place. As you can see by the architecture on it, that it's definitely in its original place. Now across the road is the wine pipe, and that was not there. That was somewhere else. I will find that one out too and put the dates on for all of these, what I'm filming now. But yeah, that's the wine pipe and the Angel. So you football lads, this is where it was obviously started, in New Wellington. So, oh, and this here, this is where your horse and cart would have gone through. Probably your drayman delivering beer. Must be in there somewhere. Oh, it's probably out the front, but yeah, this is obviously a wasted way going on a horse. So let's go back out onto Freeman Street. Victoria Street. Now there's the Lloyd's, that's still there. There's a lot of pubs around this area. Where I said a Black Swan as well. And there was some hotels around. Okay, so now on Brewery Street. Now down this street, there was also a Hewitt's Brewery as well. So any building with HB on it is a Hewitt's. But this is another one. Down there, that's East St Mary's Gate. Now, I've just come across some more pub names on the various street you're walking on. The Nelson Tavern, the Leeds Arms, which I believe the Leeds Arms is up there where we're walking. And up here, we're going towards where the Queen's Hotel was. Also got the Old King's Head, and another one, my dad told me about, was the Mason's Arms, and he said this is where he had one of his first drinks. Up there, it's a Silver Street. It's a Silver Street up there. And the Mason's Arms, believe it or not, the entrance is here. It is. See where the black door is? This here is the Mason's Arms. Obviously, it's the way they put goods into there now, but as you can see, this building is still there. Now this is Silver Street, which carried on straight through there. But look at that, the Mason's Arms, eh? That's been there a few years. You can see the door there. Maybe the original door you went in, I don't know. But that is it. The Mason's Arms on Silver Street. Fantastic. I mean, there was 77 of them, but I mean, it really does get quite a long list of stuff. A lot of pubs. You know, a pub crawl back then, 77 pints. I think you'd die. But I mean, it must have been 30. Obviously, there wasn't all there at the same time. The Leeds Hotel used to be where this magazine place is here, around about this area. That's where that one was. And as for some of the other ones, I don't really know. Well, if we look up here, this roughly was where the Swan was. Obviously there's the Tivoli, that's still there, we'll look at that in a minute. This is here in 1905. So the Black Swan was round this area, where I'm stood now. Massive area. Now if we move down here, there's the Tivoli. Now that's been there a long time as well. And the one next door to it has been many things. It's a Tudor looking building, it's obviously not. There's been all sorts of pubs, bars, I think a shop at one time. You see they're still there. Well, this is old and that's old. And there's the Tivoli. You can see it looks Tudorish, doesn't it? The door's even low. Okay, so we've come to the end of another video, and obviously there'll be more on some of the subjects I'm doing, which is streets of Grimsby and pubs. There will be more. But I'd like to thank everybody, my subscribers, and all the people that are watching my content. Thank you very much, and see you next time on the next video.